Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Oklahoma Sports Report. I'm Rick Heath. With me, Mark Rogers, and we are at Neighborhood Jams in Norman, right on Main Street, one of 6 neighborhood jams. And if you can hear the overhead, it is a crazy rainstorm out here for all of Oklahoma.
If you touch your nose, I'll throw it to weather. So just give me the signal. I've
Throw
got experience.
it to weather. There you
got
go.
Experience in this.
Well, see, and that's the thing about it. The sports guys get a little shrift during weather.
Yeah.
You don't even get on.
That just means sometimes the day we don't work.
Yeah,
right? Storm season.
Anyway, everybody out there stay safe. What a great week for sports, though, in Oklahoma. You got the Women's College World Series. You've got Golden State, Boston in the NBA Finals. You've got all kinds of things coming up. You know, the Thunder are thinking about who they're going to draft. Sam Presti and his brain trust are in deep thought on that. But let's talk real quick, the first about Women's College World Series. What a great run by OU and OSU. Unfortunately, OSU got beat by Texas and didn't make it to the final.
Well, I thought the Monday where you had both softball and baseball in action for Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, it started at 11 and ended at 11:30, was a crazy day of interest for all of the fans in Oklahoma. But it's been a magical ride for OU. They've had very little adversity this year. It did make you think a little bit when they lost to UCLA in game 1, but they got back out. I think it got momentum early in that game against UCLA when they won 15-0. I thought that was key for them. And it's heartbreaking for Oklahoma State to have been so good this year, and then that was cool. And then to have just thrown the game away basically on some very, very poor fundamentals.
Yeah, sorry about that. As you can tell, we're still having some weather highlighting our morning here at Neighborhood Jams. Hey, I'm Rick Heath, and I am at Royal Pipes and Tobacco, and I want to talk to you today about Father's Day and golfing. What do those have in common? I'm in common with that because I'm a father and a golfer, and both of those appreciate fine cigars, and that's what you can get here at Royal Pipes and Tobacco. They have a great selection of cigars behind me, a wonderful humidor with over 100 different selections of the top flight cigar selections in Norman. So if you're looking for a cigar to give your dad for Father's Day, or if your father is a golfer and he wants something to go smoke on the course, Royal Pipes and Tobacco is where you got to come. And they also have 2 great events coming up. On June 17th, it's a Osak and Rojas Cigars Cut and Light event, where you come in, buy one of the Osak or Rojas cigars, sit down, cut it, light it, and enjoy yourself with drink specials here at the Cohiba Lounge. And on June 19th, it's the final day of Blow Your Dad's Back Out. Crazy event, but it's sponsored by Bacardi Rum and Blackstone Grill. You can have a chance to win a wonderful Blackstone Grill on June 19th. So come by Royal Pipes and Tobacco or the Cohiba Lounge before then and register to win a Blackstone Grill and a Bacardi package.
The painting professionals at Ray the Painter are committed to providing all of our customers excellent service and attention to detail. Since we started in 1991, Ray the Painter serves the entire OKC metro area. We do interiors, exteriors, residential, and commercial work. The experts at Ray the Painter offer custom finishes and glazes for cabinetry and woodwork, as well as spray, brush, roller, and trowel techniques to get the perfect look for your project. For a free estimate, call 405-605-3563 or visit us at paintokc.com. EDS Paintless Dent Repair is your one-stop shop for auto body repair. Whether it be from hail damage, dents, scratches, or even glass replacement and repair, we can accommodate all your needs. Locally owned and operated since 2005, EDS Paintless Dent Repair is here for you. Give us a call at 405-476-1763 or go to edspaintlessdentrepair.com.
All right, welcome back, sports fans. Mark Rogers, Rick Heath, but we are at Cohiba Lounge now. Cohiba Lounge adjacent to Royal Pipes and Tobacco, where you can get wonderful cigars like this Cohiba Red Dot, or even the more unusual, the Cohiba Connecticut, made with Connecticut wrapper. Wonderful cigars here available at Royal Pipes and Tobacco and Cohiba Lounge. And if you're looking for a place to watch NBA Finals or Women's College World Series. Come to Cohiba Lounge, have your favorite drink, smoke your favorite cigar, and enjoy your favorite sporting event. Mark, you know, the Women's College World Series is going on, and OU's heavily favored for Patty Gasso's 6th national, a natty for Patty again, 6th. They're heavily favored against the Texas team that most people thought OSU would defeat.
Well, Texas had lost 4 games to Oklahoma State earlier in the season, but OSU had a breakdown of fundamentals, and to blow a 5-0 lead, I think it's pretty disappointing because Oklahoma would have been a great final series, but OU Texas is pretty good in the championship. But I don't think there's anything going to derail Patty Gasso and OU. They're incredible.
Yeah, well, they are. You know, and Jocelyn Alo, when you watch the Women's College World Series, they had a graphic up at one point where they showed the most dominant athlete in their sport. And they Jocelyn Alo, Michael Jordan, Babe Ruth, and Tom Brady. I mean, that's quite a graphic right there.
What's so incredible about Oklahoma is that Lauren Chamberlain could have been in that graphic a few years ago. And so Patty Gasso has done such a great job of recruiting talent and then attracting talent that's been at other places to come here. Oklahoma softball has just set the bar so high, and I think it's going to be that way for a long time.
Well, it is. I mean, Patty continues to recruit. The girls are standing in line to transfer.
Right.
I mean, you can't blame them. Everybody wants to be a part of a winning program. And so, you know, your buddy on the radio, Al Eschbach, has said that there is one of the top recruits or one of the top players in the country wanting to enter the portal to come to OU.
Well, no question. Like Alo chased Chamberlain, Tiara Jennings is going to chase Alo in home runs, and I think that she can break that record if she just continues to go on her pace. So it's fun. I think Oklahoma has the fans have embraced softball. It's a huge deal. It's on the radio, a big topic, just like it is with football or basketball. So I think we can look forward to seeing this team play well for years to come.
You know, the thing that will announce that women's softball has arrived is when Vegas starts carrying a line.
Oh, there are lines out there, no doubt. Oklahoma's a big favorite to win the World Series at -700. You can bet on home runs or over/under totals, and it just shows how big a favorite Oklahoma's been in this, is because they were a favorite to win the Women's College World Series.
Can we bet Jocelyn Alo hits a home run?
Yes, you can.
I want to play that each time. That's house money.
No, she's been great, and she's performed at the highest level, even in this World Series where people pitch around her. She hit .497 going into the World Series, and that average is going to end up above 500. She's amazing.
Yeah. You know, and let's salute OSU's women's softball team, too. I mean, they had a great season. They didn't end it well, and they're disappointed about that. But golly, look at where they've come, you know, from where they started.
Well, I don't think people expected a Bedlam final, but we almost had it, and it was disappointing in the way that they didn't get there by making those errors. But I think Oklahoma State has put themselves on a level of we're competing. Kenny Gasky brought dirt from Stillwater on the bus, I think, and that was a really good motivational tactic to say this is just not Oklahoma's Hall of Fame stadium. We're part of Oklahoma too, so we want to sprinkle some of this dirt out here. It just didn't work out for them this year, but I think they're working themselves up to the plane of playing with Oklahoma.
And congratulations to them too, but
Yeah.
Oklahoma and Patty Gasso are on a whole different level from everybody else. Hey, we are at Cohiba Lounge, adjacent to Royal Pipes and Tobacco, where on June 17th, they're going to have a soke and a Rojas Cigars Cut and Light event where you come in, buy a Osaka, excuse me if I get it right, Osaka cigar and Rojas cigar. Cut them, light them, have a wonderful event here that night. And then on June 19th, it's the last day for Father's Day, last day to register for a big grill here that they're giving away that night. So you can come by and get a Blackstone grill, a chance to win that, brought to you by Bacardi Rum, and all that with the Blackstone grill here at Cohiba Lounge. We'll be right back after this.
The painting professionals at Ray the Painter are committed to providing all of our customers excellent service and attention to detail. Since we started in 1991, Ray the Painter serves the entire OKC metro area. We do interiors, exteriors, residential, and commercial work. The experts at Ray the Painter offer custom finishes and glazes for cabinetry and woodwork, as well as spray, brush, roller, and trowel techniques to get the perfect look for your project. For a free estimate, call 405-605-3563 or visit us at paintokc.com. EDS Paintless Dent Repair is your one-stop shop for auto body repair. Whether it be from hail damage, dents, scratches, or even glass replacement and repair, we can accommodate all your needs. Locally owned and operated since 2005, EDS Paintless Dent Repair is here for you. Give us a call at 405-476-1763 or go to edspaintlessdentrepair.com.
Okay, sports fans, you know, we do the Thunder Weekly each week, but there's a lot of things I like to support that are Oklahoma products. I like to go around and do shows from Oklahoma businesses, but one of the businesses I want to talk about is Prairie Wolf Distillery, now Wander Folk Spirits. Wander Folk Spirits distilled out of Guthrie, Oklahoma. Great line of spirits. They have Wander Folk Gin, Wander Folk Vodka, and Old Moses Bourbon. All of these are quality products, and they're distilled right here in Oklahoma. So if you come to like Cohiba Lounge, ask for a Wander Folk Gin and Tonic, or ask for a Wander Folk Vodka and Tonic, or a club special. It's getting where you can get that now. It's getting warmer. A vodka club special made with Wander Folk Vodka. Great selection, and you're supporting Oklahoma businesses. So support Oklahoma business. Ask your favorite restaurant or bar to carry Wander Folk Spirits.
At Laser Light Skin Clinic, our most popular treatment is now more affordable than ever. Right now, you can save up to 50% on Cool Sculpting, the #1 choice for non-invasive fat reduction. Our flexible treatment plans allow you to choose the option that is perfect for you. Focus on a single problem area or revive your life with a fresh new you. These are real results. For your personal Cool Sculpting consultation, call Laser Light Skin Clinic today. A new you awaits.
And welcome back, Oklahoma Sports Report. Mark Rogers, Rick Heath, live from Cohiba Lounge here in Norman, right here at Jenkins and Boyd. You can't miss it. Great selection of cigars, a great place to come and watch your favorite sporting event. Have that cigar or your cigarette, whatever you'd like, at the Smoking Lounge here at Cohiba Lounge, and enjoy your favorite sporting event. Mark, the NBA Finals playing out much like we thought. Boston stole the game or won the game, however you want to put it, on the road at Golden State. Golden State came back and kind of righted it, and now they go back to Boston 1-1, and it looks like it's a 7-game series, or at least 6 for sure.
Well, I think Boston has been amazing on the road, and they've won more games on the road than any other team in the NBA in the finals history. So the Warriors...
I don't mean to interrupt, but would that be a case of defense travels?
Could be. I think so.
Because that's the old saying, your defense always travels. Sometimes the shot doesn't.
Well, they won Game 6 in Milwaukee, Game 7 in Miami. Could they go win Game 6 or 7 in Golden State? It's possible. I think it's a really evenly matched finals. Both teams have the ability to go on spurts, more so Golden State with offense, Boston with defense. I love every game. I think there's going to be some close games in this series. We've had a couple of blowouts early on, but I think it's fascinating to see which team is going to be able to figure out the other. First game, Boston was great on offense. They used Jason Tatum to facilitate. Second game, Draymond Green went out and guarded Jaylen Brown. They hid Klay Thompson. And so I think how do the adjustments go on for the rest of the series? Because I think it's going to be unbelievable to see what each team does. And I think that's going to decide it. It's a very evenly matched series.
They very well are. The only thing, the two teams that have defeated Steve Kerr, the coach for Golden State,
right,
are first-year coaches.
Right.
And so Ime Udoka, the Boston coach, who is probably in the running for Coach of the Year, wasn't for Monty Williams. But anyway, he's had a good run as a defensive coordinator / head coach for Boston.
I think Ime Udoka has been one of the great stories of the NBA this season. He convinced the Celtics to play defense. He convinced Jason Tatum to not take tough shots, not be a high volume shooter, and try to get Jaylen Brown, Smart, and Tatum to play together. And it's been incredible what he's done. It's got him to the NBA Finals, and they're so young that if they put some right pieces around those players, they're going to be in the Eastern Conference title chase for years to come. So I think the Warriors clearly are positioned to win titles, maybe a couple more. Celtics are definitely in that same space. This is a great finals. It's going to be considered underrated finals for years to come. That it's two teams that are really, I think, going to be great for a lot of years.
And it's going to be great for the viewers because each game, I think, is going to be close. I don't think there's going to be many blowouts.
No, I think so too. It's fascinating to watch the Warriors and their offense. It's a ball-dominant league now with stars like Kevin Durant, LeBron James that dominate the ball, but the Celtics and the Warriors both share the ball very well. It's more pure basketball, and it's not based on one person.
And that's why Golden State, I love the way they play because they share the ball, they move the ball. There's no ball stoppers there. And Steph Curry is one of my favorite players because of how hard he works, how he's changed. You know, a small stature guy, you know, like he has changed the fabric of NBA with his shooting ability. And he's put his imprint for years and years to come on the NBA.
It's more than shooting. It's the way he works off the ball. It's how hard he plays. He'll play defense even though he's not a dominant defensive player. He'll get out and guard somebody. He's the ultimate team player. And it's hard to gauge how good he is, but he's going to win a lot of championships.
You know, in soccer, there's guys that are dominating the sport with one name. Well, there's one name in the NBA that you can say everybody knows.
I had no idea you knew about soccer. We've never talked about soccer.
I'm a soccer guy. We'll talk about that.
All right, we'll do it.
Draymond the hated.
That's right.
That should be his moniker from now on. But Draymond is we've talked off camera before about this, but Draymond is probably one of the more intriguing NBA players because he plays with his head and his body, not so much with his skill.
He's hard to like. He's not a good individual guy. If he went to a market that he was going to be the star player, it wouldn't work. But he's the ultimate team player. He will do anything to help the team win. And where we've been in Oklahoma City watching him, don't like him, but you have to respect what he's done to help them win.
Well, yeah,
he even took KD from us.
That's right. Yeah, that's the one thing that we didn't like at the first, and still don't. But at the same time, you know, Draymond is you want him on his team. If he's on your team, you love him. If he's on the other team, you hate him.
Right.
So, hey, I'm looking forward to the finals, the NBA Finals. All right, we'll be back with more on the Oklahoma Sports Report right after this. And welcome back, Oklahoma Sports Report. Rick Heath, Mark Rogers from Neighborhood Jams in Norman. Mark, I'm going to ask you to do something that's very difficult.
Okay.
And that is get into the mind of Sam Presti and divine his thoughts on this upcoming draft.
Well, I think when you have the number 2 overall pick, that doesn't happen very often. You're going to have the potential of getting a really good player. So I think what you look for is ceiling, not floor. Paolo Banchero of Duke, a lot of people really like him. He just stepped on the floor at Duke. First game, goes out there and scores and rebounds and defends and all that stuff. And I almost think that his skill set is just mature somewhat for his age. Jabari Smith is young. He's a teenager. He's got exciting potential. So I think he's a possibility for me. I think Jaden Ivey, Chet Holmgren are also very distinct possibilities. Ivey is electric with his athletic ability. He's somebody that I think will immediately put people in the seats in Oklahoma City. And then Chet Holmgren has got a unique set of skills. He's 7 feet tall. He is a defensive force. He plays bigger than his frame is. He's slight when you look at him, but he's tougher than I think that is.
He's tougher than he appears. You know, one of the guys that people are talking about at 12 is Duren from Memphis.
Yes.
They played head-to-head in the NCAA. He held his own with that big body and did well.
Right. And he struggled a little bit with Arkansas, but I think it's too much just to look at 1 or 2 games and say, we can't judge off of that. So you got to judge. And again, people forget that this kid is the number 1 prospect in his class and playing against his best peers in AAU and coming up. It's not like, he's not athletic enough to play. So I think that's what Sam Presti has to do. The Thunder 100%, in order to try to win next year, they're going to need some rim protection. they will have to have somebody that can stand back there at the back. And you mentioned Duran, Mark Williams at Duke, another guy that could be in there for that 12th pick or possibly maybe even a little bit further back. The Thunder will not use all 3 of their first-round picks. That's 3 guaranteed contracts.
They can't do that.
In
He won't.
back-to-back years.
Yeah.
So I think they've got 34, which is close to 30, and it's a non-guaranteed position.
Yeah, and that's what Sam Presti likes.
Yeah.
So they might be able to trade 30 for another second round, or 30 and 12 to move up earlier.
Yeah.
Something like, I look for Sam Presti to do that. He's going to mix it up. If he sees somebody, say he takes Jabari Smith or Chet Holmgren or Jaden Ivey at 2, he's going to be looking to take 12, 30, and any of those other picks he's got coming up and try to bundle those in to move up if there's a guy he likes. Now, you mentioned earlier about moving back. That's a possibility for him too. Not from 2, but from 12. But Jabari Smith, great shooter, 3-point shooter. Thunder need that. Is he the one that's going to get him over the top? Probably not. But will he provide a player for years to come as a shooter? Yes.
Well, I think he's got to gain some weight. He's got to be able to play some defense. He's got to be able to get into the paint. I think he's got to be able to get fouled. One of the things that makes Kevin Durant such a great player is his ability to get to the free throw line.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, let's got to stop with the Jabari Smith, Kevin Durant comparison. They're both tall and skinny and can shoot.
That's about it.
That's all. I do think that, all these picks that Oklahoma City have in the future are all pretty heavily protected except the Clippers. And the Clippers look like they're kind of be good. Sam Presti tried to put the kibosh on them by talking about winning multiple championships. He was
Put
really
the double negative.
Yeah,
there you go.
He was using his divinity there.
Yeah.
But I think that if you could trade in this year's draft, it's pretty good. But if you could trade 12, 30 or something like that to a team that you don't have protections on, a team that say, hey, for example, next year we don't have to tank, but we might get a really high pick from a team that doesn't want to put some protections, that really wants to get back into the draft. And I think, listen, Presti's got all kinds of options. He really does. It's like the menu here at James. You can get the Benny, you can get the waffles, you can get
which
the
I'm getting ready to get here in a little bit.
Oh, that is delicious.
The one thing about it is Chet Holmgren, I think, is going to be the pick for them. But who goes at 2 depends on what happens after. If they get Holmgren, then they're going to need a shooter, defender at 12 or move up. If they get Jabari, they're going to need a rim protector at 12 or move up.
I think Jabari, I think Chet Holmgren's going to go number 1. I think when all the evaluation is said and done, there's going to be so many metrics out there that say this guy is unique. It's not anything like we've seen before. His ability to handle the ball. I think Orlando clearly needs a best player available. I do think there's going to be some holes in Jabari Smith's game. And I'm just saying, I think we'll see what happens in a few weeks. But I think it's going to be Chet 1. Don't rule out Ivy 2.
Okay, let's go Ivy. I'm in agreement with you. Ivy's the most exciting player. He has the biggest upside. He can be a John Morant type influence.
Right.
As soon as he shows up. I think Sam Presti really, really, really likes him, but he doesn't really fit for where they are right now with the players that they have on the roster.
Melo didn't fit with the Pistons. You think they like to make that pick over again? I mean, I just, you can't worry about fit. Rosters are going to change. There could be an injury at one of those guard positions. You can't turn down, that's what I'm talking about when you can't turn down the ceiling. Fit is irrelevant if you've got the right guy. And he may not be the right guy, but if Sam thinks he's the right guy that's going to be a box office draw, then you worry about whatever else. Because you never, like you would say, oh man, we had Lou Dort, so we didn't take Ivy, and he becomes a 6 or 7 time All-Star that has the ability to jump out of the gym and all this type of thing. So I at one point in time they do need rim protection. They got to find it someplace, but they don't have to have it at 2.
No, they won't
They
get
got to
it
get
at
the
2.
best player available at number 2. Very rarely do you have that opportunity.
Here's this place I put Sam in. He likes Jaden Ivey. He wants him. Kings have number 4. Can they say, okay, who do you want at 2? We'll take them. You take Ivy. We'll swap after the fact. I know that's risking number 3 with Houston, but at the same time, if they can get the Kings, a first-round pick from the Kings for moving back and maybe another whatever, or a couple of picks, I mean, you got to explore it.
I'm not opposed to try to talk the Kings into something because they might fall for it, but Ivy's a good enough player that you can just pick him at 2.
Make sure you get him.
Yeah.
make sure you get him. If that's,
Doesn't need to
if
tinker
that's
around.
who it is.
They have a million picks.
Yeah.
I mean, again, if the Kings are going to give them some kind of unprotected pick, as bad as they are, and the Kings are going to try to win.
Yeah.
So maybe something crazy happens. They're not in the lottery, but it might be worth taking that chance.
Anyway, I think Jaden Ivey, all said and done, is going to be the best player out of this draft.
Then take it.
Yeah, then take it. All right, we solved Sam Presti's problem. Sam, just call us and we'll let you know Jaden Ivey is the pick. Hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Oklahoma Sports Report. You guys stay safe out there. For Mark Rogers, I'm Rick Heath. We'll see you next time.